Okay, well, James Parker, how's it going, mate? Thanks for coming in and seeing me for your evaluation. I just want to shoot you a quick little video, just that serves as a recap of the things that we talked about. So what were we observing? We were observing a shot that, your bad ones, shot that turns over too much to the left, and also. Whoops, just put that line back there. And also a shot that's kind of clean, right? Very thin. The thin shots and the occasional fat shot as well. Well, the thin shot and the fat shot are both caused from the same issue, which is low point, right? So, that's where the ball is. Maybe do this in red. That's where the ball is. Your low point wants to be past that, right? So you should always be hitting down on the ball. Now, if you look at where your hands are through the shot, you can see your hands just aren't forward enough, right? Your hands are kind of over your right thigh. All the pros get their hands down from their left shoulder. They all get all the good players, all the pros get their hands down at impact, down below their left shoulder, right? So the hands would be there, so then the shaft would be leaning forward that way. Well, because you've got your hands a little too far back on the circle, the club's just going to bottom out a bit too soon, right? And that club head's going to get past your hands. You can see that. You can see that there, right? So, kind of a flip with the right hand because of that. So that's what's happening with the handle location, right, where your hands are, right? We need our hands to be more forward at impact. The other thing we need more forward at impact is your lower body, right? So you can see how, your right hip, you've moved a little bit away from that yellow line, that red box there. But we really need your hips to be more forward at impact, right? We need the center of your hips to be over your left foot, not still in the middle of your stance, right? So those are the things that are going to affect your ball striking straight away. Just affecting the low point. So, and then with regards to the hook, and when you come back and we spend a bit more time together working on your golf swing. What we would be working on. I mean, you've been playing a while, so I'm going to presume you're going to be getting on your left side more and striking the ball better straight away. But when we stop you down at impact there, right, a few things really stand out. So, right foot still on the ground, hips are very square, and shoulders are still closed, right? So, we're basically not opening our turns enough. Okay, and you can really see that. Not bad coming down, going up and down. We spoke about your arm being a little bit too far out this way. I'd like to see it a bit more across your chest at that point, getting your hands a bit deeper. And then as they get up to the top, then your hands would be more deeper over here. Your arm would be more across your chest at the top, right? Then it'd be a bit easier to get the club just underneath that yellow line, getting it in the slot rather than just fractionally on top of it. But you do a pretty good job of keeping the club head on the top line down into impact, right? So you haven't got to, the club's still attacking the ball from the inside. It's more what happens post impact, with your right arm still being quite out there. Right, you see the pros, their right arms moved inward, the hands have moved inward, okay? And you look at just before impact here, shoulders very closed, hips back to maybe back to zero, back to square. But you see the pros just before him, just a P6 there. They've got their shoulders back to square. The hips are starting to look a little bit more open, and then at impact, their shoulders are pointing to the left, their hips are pointing to the left. right? So let's show you. So you're kind of coming out here with your right arm there, and the shaft came out above your shaft's coming out through your left shoulder, right? So I think the drill that we did, yeah, I think it was that one. Right, so I said, well, try and preset impact. Right, try and preset impact, and then just follow that stick on the ground. Right, move your hands more left, so you can see straight away post impact how that arm is starting to move inward now. Right, and look where that club's coming out. Right, way different to that. Right, the other one I think was this one where I said, yeah, this was the one where I said preset impact. There you go. So I want that kind of look at impact, right, where your heel's starting to come off the ground. Look, heel's starting to come off the ground, hips are turned out the way and shoulders are turned out the way. That's where I want you at impact. You can see when you hit it, shoulders are still closed, hips are kind of square. Right, so already you've got a better look, just building up the awareness of where we want to go. There you go. And you can see how your hands start following that kind of route instead of a straight path. Right. So that's where your hook would come from, right? Your hands are just because you haven't opened your turns enough. You're still too closed with your body, basically shoulders and hips. Your arms just travelling too straight up here, and that face is going to whip over very easily, right? Everyone, I don't say everyone. There's always an exception to the rule, right? Somebody will always find an exception to the rule and call you out, but the vast majority of people who come into the ball and are very closed with their shoulders and hips there are going to whip that club face over, right? So that's the stuff we'd be working on when you come back and have some lessons, mate. Low point control, getting your hands more forward, and of course, you know, the more you can turn your shoulders, right, the more, and this was your exercise, this was your drill, the more you can turn your shoulders, the more you're going to pull the handle round as well, right? So you can see there, compared to this was the one on the left was your swing at the start of the session. So you can see how now you come down, your hands are here. Now you come down, your hands are maybe a little bit closer to your right thigh. But you can even this one, you can see how much more you've turned your shoulders round, right? And you've got a bit more right tilt as well. Your left shoulder's above your right one, right? So we're looking at, but I think with this particular drill, we were just working on lower body, right? Because I said, right, well, whoops, get those lines right. Because I said, well, you know, you're not getting your hips over your left foot enough at impact, so we worked on getting your hips. Now there's a little bit of movement to the right, which we picked that one up, right? But then as you come down, look at the difference in how much more dynamic that lower body is. How you're getting more forward. Now that's where I want to see you at impact. Right? Look at that. With the hips and the handle. That's really good. That's really good. So, you know, let's say there's a ball on the ground there, so your hands would be underneath your shoulder. But the big one for me there would be, well, there's your hips now, which is over your foot, before there's your hips, which are just still in the middle of your stance. Right, so that's really good. That's really good. Okay, mate. So that's kind of what we talked about. A little recap for you. Basically, we've got to open our turns, but there's a few things that we've got to work on the diagnosis of the problems. First one is the low point. Got to get your hands forward. Got to get the weight forward. Second one is the hand path. We need your hands to be travelling more left post impact, and that's going to affect the face to path relationship. So what changes would we need to take place? Well, we need to open our turns more, right? That would affect the hand path, and the weight forward. The opening our turns is going to get our hands more forward as well, and also getting the weight forward, getting the hips more over the left foot is going to get our weight forward to affect the low point. At the moment, just practice little static drills like this, building up your awareness, and then when you're ready to hit some shots, just do shorter and slower shots first with an easy club like a wedge, and then build your way up to it. All right, mate. Any questions? Just shoot me over an email. Thanks all.